Hey, we're back. How are we? So it's part 2 of our May Mindfulness Challenge. I know normally I did this on Wednesdays. This week it's only going to be Thursdays, back to Wednesday evenings next week. But let's get started. Today's going to be core and posture. We're going to talk about the core, we're going to talk about the posture, and then get into some legs, okay? It's going to be nice and easy. It is an evening wind down, so I don't want it to be too strenuous. The core stuff is not going to be strenuous, just kind of going over posture. Any questions, please leave them in the chat. I'll try to get to them or ask me later. So thank you again for joining. And if you're watching the replay, shout out to you. Just don't forget, for my May Mindfulness Challenge participants, mark this as a cardio yoga or cardio general, so you get your points. So let's start. Nice warm up. I got a new yoga mat I'm excited about. It's so comfortable. We're gonna do some inchworms, okay? So I want you to stand. If you are on a mat or the floor, I want you to gently bend over. Hands, you're gonna walk yourself out. I want you to pause in plank and then walk yourself back. So notice my legs aren't moving. If you can keep them straight, that's awesome. So we're just slowly going down. You're listening to your body. If it's too much of a stretch, don't do it. Go ahead and bend your knees. If this is too much of a plank, come down to your knees and then push yourself back up. And we'll work on the back of the legs, the hamstrings, just nice and easy up. So we're going to go slow down so we're not getting dizzy. Hands are on my legs and my thighs, and I'm going to walk it out. This is number 3 plank. We'll do 5 of these inchworms. Hopefully, if you're watching, if you hear me, let me know. I want to double check these mics are working. It says it's green, so I'm hoping it's okay. So we're going down, walking it out. I want you to pause and take it back. For those of you who did the April plank challenge, this should be nothing. This should be easy for you. Last one. After we do this, we'll stay down. Hold your plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees down. I want knees under your hips, wrist under shoulders. We're going to have good alignment. Tuck those toes under. You're going to lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's called a primal push-up. Hands are wide. You're lifting up. Get those knees about an inch or 2 off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We have 5 of these. For joint protection, you're going to keep your wrist, elbow, shoulder in the same plane. 3, 2, 1. If it hurts for your hands to be out like this, you can use small dumbbells. Okay, grab a pair of small dumbbells like this and grip them like you're making a fist. So you're here. If you have a ring on, it might not feel comfortable. And we'll do the same thing. Tuck those toes under and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. And again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. And one more. The goal that you're not hyperextending those elbows or shoulders. We're not all the way out here. I'm pushing through the ground. I'm nice and strong in my upper back. I'm not sagging either, right? I'm nice and strong. Tuck those toes. Lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. If you have those weights, put them off to the side. We're going into a bird dog with a diagonal crunch. We are going slow, okay? We are going to do this slow. Hey, all good. Thank you. You can hear me. That's awesome. So we're going to reach out. So right hand forward, left leg back. And I want you to bring that elbow to your opposite knee if it doesn't bother you. I'll turn this way. So I'm reaching forward, right arm forward, left leg is back. Bring those elbows and tuck underneath you. So we're going to stay here for 5. That was 2. And squeeze. We're going slow. This is 3. Try to crunch underneath you and squeeze. 4. Reach back, reach forward, and crunch. And 5. Reach, 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 reach. Crunch. Good. Switch sides. So I'll face this way. So my left hand's going forward, my right leg's going back. I'm nice and straight, nice and strong. Again, I'm not sagging. Use your upper body to hold you up. Reach, and then crunch underneath. That's 1. Reach out, and crunch underneath. That's 2. Reach out, crunch underneath. That's 3. I want you to reach out, crunch underneath. That's 4. 1 more, reach out, crunch underneath. That's 5. Good. Stay on those toes. So we're going to get a little bit, as you sit on the toes and you sit back, you should feel a good stretch in your plantar fascia, the toes and the base of your foot. So instead of having my feet flat, I want to actually curl my toes. I'm going to sink my weight into it. And then I'll walk it out with what's called puppy pose. So now I'm on my fingertips out here, and I'm just trying to drop my chest towards the floor of the mat. So unlike child's pose where you're kind of all the way collapsed, we're going to be extended. So I want those fingertips up, and should feel like you're pushing through your chest. So the mid back is actually stretching. If you can get your forehead down, that's great. It's a little different than a child's pose. It's called puppy pose. A little bit more of an arch, a deep arch. If it's too much, you get out of it, or go into a regular child's pose. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come up. Let's take it all the way down so you're on your stomach. Want your hands wide. Want you to keep your hip bones, your pelvic bones, going to come up right here. These bones that stick out, I want them glued to the floor. Or if you're in bed, well, you shouldn't be doing this in bed. It's probably too soft. If you're on the floor, these are glued to the floor. We're just going to do some general back bends. I want to do some upper body retractions from the floor to help strengthen, again, those stabilizers. So let's come on down. So we'll do about 3 back bends. So you should feel good stretching your abs here, gently in the low back and down. Press up. We'll do 5. I lied. And down. So you're looking at the floor as you raise up. You don't want to hyperextend your neck. You're going to hurt yourself. Or look forward when you come up. But your head is in alignment with your spine. So whichever way your spine is going, your back, I want your head to go with you. So we're not hyperextending here. We're looking forward. We're looking down. That's 3. And press. That's 2. We've got 1 more. That's 1. Good. Now, we're in the same position. I want you to, if you don't like your head on the ground, you can always take a towel roll and put it here. But my arms are going to be out in the W position. I'm going to lift my body up so my chest is off the mat. My stomach, my pelvis is still on the mat. And I'm just reaching out like a Y, pulling it in like a W. Let's do 5 and then take a break. 2 sets of 5 here. Here's 2. We're going slow. We're working on core stability as well as shoulder stability. You're up, lifted, and you're squeezing those retractors. My neck isn't going anywhere. I'm looking down, and I'm squeezing. Let's do 2 more. And squeeze. Nice. Feel those shoulder blades coming in towards each other. Reach out. And 1 more. Squeeze in. Nice work. Since we're down here, let's do a little bit of, actually, I'm going to grab a strap. We'll do some prone hip flexor stretch and some hamstring. So if you do have a long cord like this, go ahead and grab, if you have a stretching strap or a long band you can use for stretching, go ahead and grab that. So we're going to start on the floor. I want you to hook your foot around one of these bands, foot or ankle, going back down to the ground. Oops. Closer to the ankle. And I'm going to use this to bend. So I'm here. It was even. And pulling. We're holding this. If you can, if it doesn't bother your back or your thigh, you should feel it in the thigh. And we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. So I do a lot of hip flexor stretching in kneeling or standing. Go ahead and get on the floor if you can every now and then so that the pelvis is level and neutral. So you can't really cheat in this position. If you do, you'll feel it. And you're just pulling whatever you've got and hanging out here. Let it go. Switch sides. And we're going to keep that band for the next exercise. We'll do a stability exercise involving the hip. So now we're pulling. I'm on the opposite leg, left leg. And hang out. One side might feel tighter than the other. If you're pulling and you feel like your lower back is rotating, it's too much. So your hips, thighs, both, everything's on the floor. The only thing moving is that lower leg. Everything else is glued to the floor. And we'll hang out here. If you're doing this at home, definitely want to hang out here for a good 30 seconds to a minute as needed. Good. Okay, keep that band. Let's go back into hands and knees. I'm going to put the band behind my foot. And I'm holding the band. I'm back in that strong quadruped posture. And I'm just pushing my leg back. So right now the band is on my left leg. I'm holding it down. And I'm just pushing back. We're holding for 3, 2, 1, come in. So there's various ways to work your trunk. It's not a lot of sit-ups and crunches. You don't have to do that all the time. Even doing things like this helps protect the joints, especially the ones of the lower body. Let's push back out. Again, you shouldn't be dipping through here. You shouldn't be teeter-tottering. I want you nice and strong. If your leg can't go up that high, then you just push it back. Even if it touches the floor, this is still work. Bring it in. 2 more with those 3 seconds holds. Push out for 3, 2, 1. Come in. 2 more. Push out. 3, 2, 1. Come in. And again, push out. 3, 2, 1. Come in. Good. Switch legs. So you're holding the band down. My foot is flexed so it doesn't fall off. Push straight back. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Come in. And again. 3, 2, 1. Come in. And again, push. 3, 2, 1. Come in. And again, push back. 3, 2, 1. Good. Got 1 more here. Push straight back for 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right. We'll use this for hamstrings in a little bit. Let's do a little bit more of that core. I want you in tall kneeling. So now we're all the way up. Hands on your hips. Stomach tight. You're leaning back till you feel it get tight. And then I want you to come back forward. So we're also getting some hip flexor mobility. Definitely some core stability. If you notice I'm teeter-tottering, I'm not, poking my butt out or overarching as I go back. I want to be nice and strong, nice and straight. Shoulder, hip, knee, we're all together. And we're leaning back, hold. 1, 2, come up. Let's do a few more here. Reach back, hold. 1, 2, come up. And again. 1, 2, come up. You're in control. I want you nice and solid, nice and strong. As you tilt back, you're only going as far back as you can without losing that stability, that contraction. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Come up. We'll do 1 more here. So as I go back, you should feel all those core muscles kicking in. I can feel my low back. I can feel my stomach. I know my pelvis is working, my glutes. Everything's working. Let's do 1 more. I forget what they say. I don't know the phrase. Good measure. One more for good measure. There you go. All right, good. Okay. Since we're on the floor, we have our strap. I want to go into a hamstring stretch. I'm going to go into a hamstring stretch, into IT band stretch with the strap, and then we'll finish up with some core on our back, and we'll get out of here. We're 14 minutes already. I was trying to do 15 minutes so you can go to bed, you can wind down. All right, so hook it underneath a foot again, lying on your back. Straighten out the other one if you can. If you can't, you're going to keep it bent. I want you to gently just pull towards you. Let's hang out here for 5 breaths in through your nose and blow it out. And again, in and out. In and out. Couple more in and out. Last one in and let it out. Actually, I won't do IT band. I am going to do adduction. So my leg is long. This leg is flat. I'm leading with this band to go out and open. I'm going to work on the inner thigh. If this is too much, please don't do it. Listen to your body. Now my hips are still on the floor. My whole body isn't rotating with this leg. And you're only going as far as you can go. Go slow, go slow, go slow. Hang out. Another way of doing hip adductor. So come on and bring it back in. Good, bend that knee. Let's switch feet. So first hamstring for 5 breaths, and we'll gently take it into a hip adductor stretch. So first just pull. I need 5 breaths in through your nose and let it out. In through your nose and let it out. And again, in and out. In and out. In and out. Last one, take it in and blow it out. So my right hand's on the strap with my right leg, and I'm gently going out to the side, only as far as my body and my leg will allow me to go. On my right, I'm tighter, so I can feel that this side wants to come up, so I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going to go any further. I can definitely feel a stretch, a pull, no pain, but I don't want to leave the floor on this left side. So we'll hang out here for a few seconds. And come back here. Give yourself a hug with those knees, both knees into chest. Big squeeze. All right, we'll do some Pilates type work right now, and then I have one more thing in standing, and you're free to go. So it's called a double leg stretch. So you're on your back. I want your arms reaching out. Both legs go out, both arms go behind you into like a V, and then bring everything in. If this is too much, your legs are higher and your arms are higher. So if it's too much to have those legs low, keep your legs high, keep those heels together, and just reach up and then close. If you can handle it down here, that's fine. My feet are together, my hands are wide, and I'm holding. 3, 2, 1, I'm coming in. So you're either up here or you're down here, somewhere in between, okay? So let's do 5. Open up. 3, 2, 1, bring it in. Open up. 3, 2, 1, bring it in. Reach out. 3, 2, 1, bring it in. We have 2 more here. I can't count. Reach. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. 1 more. 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Give yourself a hug. Relax that head and neck. Gently rock side to side. Massage that low back. All right, let's come on up. So the last thing I want to do is a goddess oblique, and then we'll stretch in standing. So I want the feet out wide, not super wide, but my toes are going out into about a 45-degree angle. My hips are above. I'm going to come on down into like a goddess squat, it's called. So when I squat like this, I'm not forward and my butt's not poked out. I'm still tucking my pelvis under as I come down. Hands at our temples. And we're just going to side bend. We're maintaining, I want 5, maintaining that squat position. Actually, we got 10 each side. 2, 3. If you can get the elbow to your thigh, that's great. 4, but my chest is up. I'm still looking at you. I'm not looking anywhere else. 6, and I'm not bending forward to do this. So if you can't go that far, you only go halfway. But if you can get to that thigh, that's awesome. Good. I think this is 7, 8, 9. Last one, 10. Good. Let's switch. Here's 10. Maintain that squat. 9. Oop, don't fall. 9. 8. 7. So stability. There was a prime example. 6. 5. Good. 4. Here's 3. Stand that goddess. Here's 2. Last one. Here's 1. We're here. Just try to open up the legs if you can. We just did some groin. We're doing a little bit more. Whatever you've got, you can rock with it. Nice and easy. Good. Straighten those legs out. Reach down to the floor. Nice gentle stretch. 1 more forward fold will come up. Breathe while you're down here. Walk those feet in. Good. Head is still down. We'll just slowly come up. Clasp those hands behind your back. 1 more reach up to the ceiling. We're arching back. This time we're bringing our chest with us and opening up those shoulders that we did a lot of quadruped on. And we're all set. Thank you for joining once again. Those of you in the May Mindfulness Challenge, keep it up. You're doing wonderful. We're doing great. You really are. I wonder, we'll ask questions in our little group there, but think about how these last couple weeks have been. Has this slowing down, has that helped you? Is it difficult to do? I know for me, slowing down is hard. I'd rather go fast and hard. So doing this is also beneficial because I got to realize, okay, it's the middle of the week. We need to wind down all the stress of the day, stress of the week. So hopefully this is helping you as well. Let me know in the comments or in our community how these last 2 weeks of this mindfulness challenge has been. Have you been sitting for 5 minutes and just breathing and meditating? Have you been looking at those affirmations we talk about? Have you been joining these stretching sessions or doing a little bit more extra stretching this week if you're not somebody who stretches? So feedback is always welcome. And lastly, we worked on the core today. We worked on core stability, lower leg mobility. Why? Because if we're having joint pain, our joints, they need stability to stay strong, to stay firm, so we negate all these pains. But we have to work these smaller muscles. Notice I didn't do any crunching. I did a lot of stuff hands and knees or in plank position, or even that Pilates move on my back. I was glued to the floor. You don't always have to do crunches or crazy crunches. We need that deep, deep layer that actually runs into our low back and across into our pelvis, and also the muscle above the diaphragm. So we're working the obliques, the pelvic floor, your lower back, multifidi, and like I said, the diaphragm. All right, we'll see you next week, Wednesday. But I do go live Sunday morning for a general stretch and mobility session. That's Sunday at 8:30 a.m., both YouTube and Instagram. So any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, we're all done. Good night.